Hello, welcome to this lecture, Phase 1 Clinical Trial. So this is where it all begins. A person who is cultivating a plant and giving it the energy and the love necessary for it to grow. It's the same way the sponsors, the regulatory agencies, everybody, even the patients, they participate in the trial and hope for the best. So that is phase 1. So this is a very nice picture. So phase 1, when I thought of phase 1 clinical trials, I thought of what are the real life examples or something similar to a first in human clinical trial. So immediately I came up with this idea, Adam and Eve story, the apple that was given to humanity. That was the first time human beings were given an apple by God himself. So you can think of it as a real life trial of values and humanity set up by God himself. So usually for phase 1 clinical trials, we use healthy volunteers because the idea is to find the safety or study the safety of the drug. So it doesn't matter whether we use patients or not. It's best if you use healthy volunteers. So, and of course the healthy volunteers are remunerated for their time in the study because they don't have a disease, so they need to be remunerated. So the subjects are paid reasonably according to the time given for the trial, and it's done in a small group of subjects, around 20 to 80. In a small number of cases, healthy volunteers are not used, which is like cancer trials and clinical trials for HIV. Why is this so? Because the drugs used will be harmful for any healthy volunteers, the anti-cancer medication, because anti-cancer medication is supposed to kill cells. So for healthy volunteers, their body will be affected. So the only logical way to proceed is to use a patient who might benefit from the drug. Or even in HIV, patients with the disease are used because the drugs are so strong. This is very important. Phase 1 clinical trials are done in CPUs, which Central Pharmacological Unit. These are highly regulated clinical units with very specialized doctors and nurses and other staff who give 24-hour attention to the subjects. So the idea is that you have all the equipment and the drug necessary. So be might it may, if there is some sort of adverse event, you can immediately do the necessary treatment and give the best care for the patient. So these are very highly regulated units, which are CPU. Duration can be a few weeks to months, showing the safety of the drug. It doesn't go for too long, decent amount of time. And what is the whole point of the phase 1 trial? It is to find the dose that is best tolerated in humans. So I will pick this example up. If you're in a bar drinking a little bit, you take one drink, you're still okay, you're nice and social, you drink a little bit more, still okay, and you drink a little bit more, you're turning tipsy-turvy, and you drink a little bit more, you're completely knocked out. So that is the maximum tolerated dose. So that's a nice example. So that is the whole point of the phase 1 clinical trial, which is to find the maximum tolerated dose. So how do we go about doing this? We take a population and then we take a cohort. Like let's say, for example, you take 3 subjects and give them a dose and they don't have any appreciable toxicity. So then you up the dose a little bit more and then observe it. And then out of these 3 subjects, 1 subject might have some sort of dose limiting toxicity. And then you take another new cohort and give the same dose and they don't have any toxicity at the same dose. So that means they are okay to up the dose again. You up the dose, and in this new cohort now there are 2 subjects. So that is not acceptable. That is a no. It's a no-go. So then you go to the previous dose, and that will be the maximum tolerated dose. In the United States, this is called RP2D, that is recommended phase 2 dose. So the whole point of the phase 1 is to find the dose, so that dose that can be used for phase 2. So MTD, this is very important. Study it, understand it, appreciate it, and take it to your heart. So that is the end of the phase 1 clinical trials. So to summarize, it's the first in human clinical trial. It's usually done in healthy subjects. It's done in CPU, Central Pharmacological Units, and then MTD is found, maximum tolerated dose, and then we can go to phase 2 clinical trials, which is the next one. I'm so excited And hope you enjoyed the lecture. Ciao for now.